Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Now, it's been a weird day, all right? It's been a very weird day. It's going to be a weird day tomorrow too. However, so let me try and catch you up. We've posted two readings for tomorrow. They're quite long each because I've got stuff tomorrow. So they're arranged and done and all that kind of stuff. Also not feeling a bit great in the last couple of days. So I felt like let's have another light-hearted one today. You've got the big beastie ones, which will definitely need a brew for tomorrow. They're already done. So I've jumped ahead in the timeline to add another one here. Just a bit of fun. And then we'll call it a night and have a bit of, relax. So tomorrow you definitely need a brew for each of the readings tomorrow. They do interconnect remarkably, which is fascinating. But yeah, this one is about the whole Pride Month thing. It's June. Where's all the flags gone? Where's all the shenanigans of the flags and the and thingamybobs and whatnot? Now, don't get me wrong, right? We're not talking about the traditions of the festivals, Pride festivals, and all that kind of stuff. Brighton, London, Manchester, so on and so forth, around the country. We're not talking about the community itself. We're talking about the corporations primarily. And the councils, the police, you know what I mean? The ones that are normally kind of screen print their pandamobiles or whatever they used to be called, with flags and things like that. Where is it all? Where is it? Where's it all gone? Because surely it wouldn't cost money. Because they've got it from last year and the year before that and the year, but you know what I mean? They just put up the bunting in NatWest if they've got any branches left, and it's that kind of, where's it all gone? So that's what this reading's about. So it's a bit of fun, bit of silliness. It's primarily on the corporation side of things, for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes. Always. What is going on with this Pride Month? What is happening? So these feel good. Right, let's go. Oh, the devil straight out. There's a fear. There is a Empress. 10 of Swords. Betrayal. Page of Swords. But there's the Empress here feels like, obviously the Empress is surrounded by the fruits of your labor, your harvest. What does that mean? Your skills, your mindset, your knowledge base, your understanding, your connections, your friends, your family, your driving license, your GCSEs, your A-levels, what you've accumulated over the years, yeah? O-levels for our lovely elders selection. Not elderly, the elders of the village. Yes, the wise men and women of the village. But yeah, it's that kind of situation, but there's a fear here. Remember, this is the corporations. The 10 of Swords here. Backstabbed, betrayed. This they don't know what to do, but they're still keeping with the cock rule, looking ahead. They're keeping their options open. Which is very odd to me, because if you believe in what you believe in, then there wouldn't be a problem to still put it up. The fact they're not putting it up means that you don't believe in what you believe in. You thought this, you see what I mean? It's that kind of thing, because this is the corporation side of things. So there's the fear, but it's the Empress here is the community. And there's betrayal here. That feels like the court case. This feels court casey because of the swords, of the women's rights, that kind of thing. This feels like backfire, what to do. Ace of Swords, breakthrough, clarity, truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity. So it's all thoughts, it's all information, it's all perception. So it feels as if it feels as if their pandering hasn't worked, and so now it's like, now what? Because we've lost everybody over there, and now we've lost everybody here. We don't know what to do, and we'll just wait. This Page of Swords feels like there's a expectation. There's the other shoe to drop kind of energy here, waiting for clarity. Hangman, a different perspective. Exactly, betrayal. Five of Pentacles, worry, concern. We've got the fear up here. We've got the worry and loss and the actually kind of budget. It feels almost like the end of month, end of year Excel spreadsheet kind of energy there. It's a calculation, which means you never believed it in the first place. You're doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. Now you don't. It's like, well, you've obviously, you see, it's that kind of energy. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot either way. But it feels like letting it go to then go, you know what? There's going back to core basics. Hierophant. There's the rules and regulations, the organizations, religions, that kind of thing, things where there's rules, regulations, that kind of stuff. The clarity here feels like that's the court case. The Hierophant here is, so even though we've got the beliefs still, right, we're still going to let it go. Now we're going to think the possibility. This feels as like, this feels as if like we're going to wait. We'll wait until appeals, clarity, more legal stuff, all that kind of stuff. But then it means then you're not reading the room as such. You're not being equal to all. It's a pandering thing. And the Seven of Cups here is like, well, how do we bring it back in another form in some way, shape or form? Thinking options, possibilities. Even though it's the worry that the damage is done, maybe. The fear up here of doing it. And then self-reflection again, hermit. So this is weird. At the moment, this is all about perception. This is all about, for the base reading here, this is all about, it's not about a belief. This is not about thinking it's true. This is all tick boxing. This is, it's not DEI. That's the one that's in my head at the moment. It's the other one. It's the governance, equity, governance, something or other. It's not the diversity, equity, inclusion. It's the other one. It's bugging me now. It's gonna ESG. There we go. Social justice. What's the governance? Equity, social justice. Is it equity? I think so. Equity, social justice, governance. To get loans, that kind of thing. It's all part of your, to get bank acceptance, that kind of thing. It's all part of like the corporation side of things. You've got to tick boxes. You've got to plant some trees. You've got to do this. They're reviewing this because of the pushback, obviously, for the options here. The betrayal here, especially. They've seen what happened to Bud Light. They've seen what's happened to other organizations, and now they're like, okay, we've got to reassess this. How can we tick the boxes to get the money, but at the same time to expand and stuff like that and tick the boxes, but at the same time we're not miffing off people. Yeah, But the fact that we've got hangman in the middle, letting it go, is almost like discarded. Okay, this is not useful this year. This is not, which says a lot about the actual corporations. Overarching King of Swords, law, order, the authority, truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity. That's once again the Ace of Swords here. The clarity of the situation. Four of Cups. This feels like the Hermit again. We've got to go back to the drawing board, lads, kind of thing. Yeah, it's not doing the job that it's supposed to do, kind of thing. So now for the boys, new boys and girls, this is the baseline reading. We're now going to get some gossip, and then we'll have an outcome reading at the end here. So this at the moment feels as if it's just a tick box exercise that's backfired, and it's more damaging than anything. You know, I've always said that one of the only corporations which I've always said has done it right over the years is Skittles. Like every June so far, I don't know, I haven't seen them. I haven't gone about and seen if they've got their packaging done, because they normally just do a white version with white Skittles inside, with the tagline, instead of "Taste the Rainbow," which is could mean a whole different thing this time of year. Instead of that, there's like there's only one, something along the lines of there's only one rainbow matters, this, or something like this. I'm ballsing that up, but it's like, yes, that to me that's always like, yes, you're not. It's part of your brand. You're doing a good. To me, it feels like a good thing. It's like, you know what, that resonates, that works. That's, you know. But when like BMW or, you know, Lidl or what, I don't know, name a corporation or big business, you know, does it. It's like, you know, it doesn't seem as genuine, you know. They don't seem to have thought it through. Or NatWest with all their bunting, you know, doesn't feel as, I don't know, it's weird, it's odd. So let's get some gossip and then we'll go and do the outcome. Right, so Control Puppet, exactly. It what's that one? Ace of Swords. They're just literally tick boxing. Whatever achieves goals. Yeah, this is kind of like CO2 emissions goal. You know, other things. It's just a tick box exercise. It feels like, and it's just like, right, you know, whatever they say. Right, we'll just wait until like more detail comes out. Blah blah blah. Positive outcome with the letting it go. Positive outcome. Yes. Brilliant. Because if the whole purpose of it, surely, because this is what I haven't got recently, and it's very confused. I'm a simple person, right? I'm a simple person. It confuses me. Because the whole purpose, surely, of being equals means then you shouldn't need things like DEI and other things, because equality, all in it together, we're all screwed over as equally as each other. That kind of thing, yeah? You don't pick and choose your favourites, as it were, if you get what I'm saying. We're all in it together. We're all equally screwed over. So this is positive outcome is really nice. Sun card. Hiding something. Hierophant. Unclear. It's unclear how we can move forward now. Yeah. Seven of Cups. Harmful. Compromised. It's ruining their brand now that, you know, they've been exposed for the foolishness that they are. They're not committed to it, because if they did it this year, you know, at least they're consistent If you get what I'm saying, the fact they're not doing it because of, reading the room and blah, 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 says that you're never really into it. So you were two-faced about it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that kind of energy about it. But the positivity here in the middle, that's sexy. The hiding something, we may need to get the dinky deck out for that. Overarching energy, cyber attack, exactly. The pushback, this keeps coming up. Social media, you and me, talking about things. Pushing back, like it, not getting into the tit for tat, but just like, this is not welcome, this is not this is not that. Why aren't we back? Well, because there was a period of time, in my humble opinion, where like the late 2010s to the early, well, yeah, the pretty much all the 2010s. It was kind of, the pendulum was kind of good. You know what I mean? It was like, it seemed that everybody was on the same page. Obviously, some people would have different opinions, which is fine, fine in their, like, that kind of thing. But overall, it was like, this is good. And then it just swung the other way. And it was like, where's this going now? Support role. That feels as if vested interests coming back. Page of Swords energy. Kind of the lawfare isn't over. Vested interests are going to start appealing things again and all that kind of stuff. Oh. Fun time. Oh, I'm going to cough. Excuse me. Throat chakra was tickling. So yeah, let's have a bit of kipper here as well. But the fact that they're so gormless, these people who are paid hundreds of thousands a year and all that kind of stuff, plus head of these corporations, and they just don't know what to do. They were controlled in the situation. They were trying to tick box, get funding, that kind of thing. They didn't show X amount of ESG and that kind of stuff. That, like I said, they couldn't get bank loans. They couldn't get access to certain things and all that kind of stuff. Now it's unclear what to do now. How do we move forward on this? That's cut. The kipper's been cut, but I've just been told the hiding something. Can we clarify the hiding something? Sorry about that. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, so, hiding something. See what they're hiding. What are they hiding? Because it's amazing how, remember, like on the banking side of things, people who are, vicars being debanked. We've heard all these different stories about if your opinion, your religion, your whatever, instead of seeing them as equally minorities in some respects, you don't have the same interests as the bank. We're not interested. Not. It just always troubles me. Magician, Queen of Wands. Okay, yeah, they're waiting for the appeal. They're researching their options. Underlying energy for this loss. Exactly. Dear. So they're So even though they're being hush right now, they're waiting for the appeals to go through to then start building it back up again, which once again proves that if they were committed to this, whatever the minority is, committed to women's rights, if they're committed to the LGBTQ plus, because it's somehow at some point turned into a streaming service, or whatever it may be, then you would think, even in the bad times, you would still be speaking out. You're showing your support. So, but the fact that they're not going to be heartbroken because they've got this other agenda going on. Occupation, gift, pathway. Trying to find a way out of this. But like I said, the gift here, the Sun card, is like, just do your job. That's the way forward, is stop mucking around. Just do your job. That's all we want. Distant horizons, though. They're like I said, they're still preparing for the other shoe to drop. Bad health. Because it's showing their I don't want to say corruption necessarily, but it feels very foolish. So let's the outcome to this. How's this going to go? Especially with that kind of lawfare, kind of flirting with ideas, passionately wanting to go ahead on it. For the greatest good outcome to this reading, please. Thank you. And what I just still think that Stonewall has a lot to answer for on this, because I'm surprised that these people, because obviously they were employing Stonewall to tell them how to put in equality, that kind of stuff, difference, to the law, that kind of thing. It's the only, which it seems to have been lost in all of this. It proves that the purchase of that knowledge and training and information from Stonewall was factually wrong. It proves that they were paying for a service that was false. It wasn't right. And this is from the BBC to NatWest. They went everywhere. Over the years, we know where Stonewall's been and gone, right? And so I'm shocked that instead of going back and go, oi, you sold us a service that wasn't correct. Instead, it's like, well, we'll just wait until the other shoe drops. Yeah. So devil, choosing between the choice. Where do we go from here? 10 of Cups on the Empress. Happily ever after. Queen. They're trying to be practical about the backstabbing, the betrayal. This is what I'm on about. So the cyber attack and all that, basically people pushing back, reading the room, where everyone's equal, as it were. That ain't good enough. We need to try and get it back to where we were, kind of thing. Page of Swords, manifesting. They're trying to manifest this new thing back. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's amazing to me how, it always seems to be a certain group of people, fucking people, who never take, it's never the right answer. Do you see what I mean? And it's like, and I'm being reminded, and it's because it's just the most perfect illustration for this, of the EU with the Lisbon Treaty. France, the obvious one is the Republic of Ireland, or ERA, had a referendum, and they said no, and that was a wrong decision. That was the bad decision. You didn't know what you were voting for, so we're gonna ask you again until we get the right answer. And threw in millions of euros into the yes to take the Lisbon Treaty, and then they voted again, and shockingly they got it passed. That kind of thing. And I think France, and there was another 2 countries, I think it was, that also pushed back on the Lisbon Treaty. The UK never got a referendum on that, by the way. It was just accepted instantly. But the point still remains, is that it's the same sort of ilk. that, oh, you've had the wrong decision. You've made a wrong choice. Let's ask you again until you get it right. It's that kind of energy up here. Practicalities, this betrayal, doesn't matter. We'll get it through. We're manifesting, pushing it through. Calm the F down card. So this is the relaxation. This is the chill. So this is for the new boys and girls. What I'm finding interesting here is that the community overall are happy. Yeah, a majority of the UK are happy with this calm the F down. But the choice needs to be made between either respecting, as an example, pulling a figure out my flappy bot, 80% of the population, for example, where it's, we're all in it together, we're all equals, we're all equally screwed over kind of thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter who or what or where, it's we're all equal together kind of thing. Or this pushing through hierarchical, that's a word, hierarchy of who get, bonus points and stuff like, do you see what I mean? Yeah. So it's that choice, what they're making out of fear, this choice. So we'll pretend that we're along with it, but really we want this to be changed over. Judgment, the trumpet of truth. Here it is, which is on the Sun card. That is on, the new way forward, the new opportunities. However, Hangman again. So even with the Hangman here, wasn't it? Where there was like, okay, we'll see it from a different point, letting it go and all that, but we're still trying, in the background, trying to make it happen. Still trying to push it through for our own agendas, our own, usefulness, i.e. ticking boxes. We've planted X amount of trees this year. We've used less toner in the printer at the office. We're using less electricity. Oh, and by the way, we love the LGBTQ plus thing. We've done all this kind of stuff and sponsored these events and did that and the other and all that. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. Yeah, it's a usefulness here. But they've got to make a choice again because it's unclear. It's like you're either with us or against us kind of energy. Where's the profit margin? Look at what's happened to Bud Light. Look at what happened to other companies over there, like Jaguar, for example, and all that kind of stuff. It's that kind of, you're either with everybody or you're against it. Reviewing again. Got to make a choice, but we're still going to review it. We're still going to, this feels like treading water, to be honest here, biding time. And the last card here on the Hermit is like, no, they're gonna go double down. As soon as this is trying to sort it itself out, they're going to double down again, moving from stormy waters into calmer shores. I don't think that's everybody, though. There's going to be a definite split here. Quick movement, quick communications. There's definitely a big split here. And so you'll know the ones that are really kind of on the agenda. And then you'll notice a phenomenal amount of corporations splitting off, going, no, we're all equals. We're all together. We're all equally screwed over, blah, blah, blah. Whew, this is interesting. I like this. This feels, especially with the positive outcome, where they finally getting it. Because as soon as they bring it back, everyone's going to call it out again. It's like, excuse me, where were you for the silent years? You know what I mean? It's that kind of. So, doop-a-doop-a-doo. Let's do the cartoon clarity and then get out of here. But I am going to put the magician with the magician. Just the fact that they're really trying to push this through. Any which way possible, trying to push this through. So, oops-a-daisy. Our cause has been a bit oops-a-daisy, injured a bit, but it isn't down, right? Seeing it from a different point of view. A blessing. I feel like this blessing here is truly exposing the what, and it's like vote with your money. Yeah? Vote with your money. This is the blessing. There's now going to be this divide here, where the ones that still try and push through and go on with it, I feel like there's going to be a huge kickback here. And I'm not saying there's not, it's going to go back, hopefully not back to kind of just family values and all that crap. Like I said, equality, equal, the pendulum swinging. As long as the pendulum doesn't swing completely the other way, I think this is the blessing. This is the wish coming true for the community. It's like everyone is all back to how it used to be. There's none of this tit for tat kind of thing. It's all coming back, resetting, just chilling out. Yeah? 3 of Wands. Good news. There we go. And this is the thing, hesitation. That's the split between the two types of corporations that's going to go out. Robbery again. Because they're exploiting. This is the thing. They're exploiting the community. They're not supporting the community. And this year shows it. Is that the idea underneath? People are seeing it. People are starting to wake up to it within the community, going, hold on, where? So you're dropping us like a sack because, suddenly the equality rights or whatever, or women rights or blah, 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 whatever. Surely it's everyone's rights. Everyone, you know what I mean? This is awkward. They're walking themselves into silliness. Yeah? So we've got exploitation of the community. Suddenly those core people that thought they were on the up and up suddenly are like, whoa, what's going on here? We thought we were all in the clique. And the corporations that are going to keep on going with it are walking themselves into dodginess. Okay, so this is fascinating. This is almost like a cleansing. We're going to start hold on, what's that? Strategy? Planning strategy, yeah. So we're going to have this definite split here where I feel like it's going back to like reading the room, realizing a lot of corporations are going, you know what? We're all in it together, equality, how it should be, in my humble opinion. But there's going to be a few of them that are going to still trying to push through, still try and do it afterwards, and that's going to be the backfire. That's going to be, I feel like there's going to be bankruptcies on that side. Because people are going, oh, so you're not for everybody. Okay, fine, we'll just go somewhere else now. Yeah, it's that kind of energy, but they're still like trying to manifest it, still trying to push it through. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But this is fascinating to me. This is a real kind of, I think this time next year is going to be quite an interesting time to who jumps ship again, that kind of weaselly kind of energy, But we'll leave this here for now. So if you enjoyed this reading, please thumb me a like, or at least enjoy me doing it, right? Because like I said, this is a reset, a nice reset. This feels good. How things should be. Please thumb me a like. Subscribe, dingling the bell if you're not new here. Come and join the village, the greatest good village. We need it takes a village to support everybody. That's what we do. No matter who you are on this, in the alphabet spaghetti, we're all in it together. Equality. Yeah, we're all equally screwed over. And comment down below any if you've been reading along, anything that picked up. I didn't actually feel any particular people. It's more kind of, apart from the rulings, it didn't feel like particular people were involved anywhere here. But if you picked up on anyone, please put it down in the comments. And that's also where you can suggest future readings and that kind of stuff. But until next time, tomorrow, when you're going to get some extra goodness, right? 2 slogs of readings that kind of tie together, something to look forward to. Take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.